It is the Extratime.ie esports cup semi-final, the second of the semi-finals. Of course, Dundalk playing Shamrock Rovers in the other one. This between Bohemians and Waterford. Danny Grant in charge of Bows and Tyreke Wilson in charge of Waterford. The Blues, as they're also known, in blue tonight. Eric Finn, FIFA professional, with me as always. Eric, what are you expecting from this match?
It's been a while since we've seen Tyreke Wilson play, so it's going to be hard to see what way he plays because he probably hasn't played in a competitive game in quite some time now. So I remember him being kind of possession-based player, and maybe he will get that kind of play underway again, but it will be hard to pick back up like it is anything if you don't do it enough, unless he was playing practice games in the meantime. And Danny Grant's had a good tournament so far as well, so it's going to be a great game.
Ward was a shot that went straight at the keeper, Brian Murphy, the former Ireland international, well up for that one. Here's long bottom, slides Michael O'Connor inside. Michael O'Connor tries to find long bottom, but Finnerty got back, and Finnerty sends it up to Ward, who gives it out to Grant. Grant back to Kirk. Kirk to Casey. Casey to Ward. Rolled out to Lions. Tyreke, the Canadian international, formerly of Sligo Rovers, reached an FAI Cup semi-final last season, beaten by Dundalk in that semi-final. Duffy with the goal. Here's Mandreu, who's capable of the spectacular. Lions stands it up nicely, headed clear by Waterford. Coote, the Scot, long bottom. Michael O'Connor from Dundalk has had a few clubs at this stage. Here's long bottom. Long bottom is in behind, tries to find O'Connor, but Casey sussed out the danger really well. That was excellent defending by Danny Grant, and confident as well because he cleared it across the face of his own goal.
Yeah, and he really showed him the line as well, which is nearly, it's one of the 10 things that you really don't do this game. Is it showed him down the line, but it worked out for him in the end. But I wouldn't be doing it.
Mandreu tries to slide Ward in, but it fell to Murphy luckily, and Murphy does the Schmeichel throw, but Bohemians have it back. Mandreu assessing the options. He could shoot from here. Instead he goes to right to Ward. Ward into the box, muscled off it brilliantly by Cummins.
Yeah, I think if the player was any closer there, the attacking player, if he was closer, it could have been a penalty, because he did definitely put a foot in, but it was just a tiny bit away to actually get anything from the tackle itself. But it's looking like Dan Grant has actually settled into the game in the first 20 minutes a little bit more than Tyreke Wilson has. I'm not sure what it is, maybe a bit of jitters, but he seems to be giving the ball away quite often, Tyreke Wilson. But still a lot of time to go.
If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it for you, but Shamrock Rovers against Dundalk was a bit more free-flowing as games go. That of course, the other Extratime.ie esports cup semi-final. Well worth a watch. An exciting watch. Of course, all of this in aid of Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. We're very grateful to the players who have given their time for nothing to help out and to raise some vital funds. Here's Grant weaving his way through as himself. He's dispossessed. Coote to Kevin O'Connor. McCourt down to Michael O'Connor. Coote with a bit of green to run into. Then cuts back. Sam Bowen. McCourt rolled out to Tyreke Wilson as himself. McCourt. Fitzgerald. Oh, it's a giveaway. Lions to Tyreke. Tyreke over the top into the path of Mandreu. Can he shake off McCourt? McCourt does really well there. That's fantastic defending, Eric.
Yeah, it really was. Good battling from Tyreke and Waterford. But I guess Dan Grant is kind of putting the pressure on him, and unless Tyreke Wilson really gets passing down and starts to string together a good few passes in the one sequence, I think this could be looking like a boss game.
Bowen. Coote. Bowen. Coote and Bowen playing their own game, but then they lose possession. Here's Ward. Grant. Lovely turn by Grant. Goes behind Ward. Ward inside to right. Well, his shot was smothered. Kevin O'Connor doing his defensive duties very well there. Michael O'Connor getting onto it now. It's Kevin O'Connor again. Back to Odemeo. McCourt. Wilson. Lovely roll to Kevin O'Connor. Wexford man coming forward. McCourt. O'Connor. O'Connor playing a 1-2. Back to O'Connor from Michael O'Connor. Back to Kevin O'Connor. No relation. Long bottom. Fitzgerald. Back heels into the path of Wilson. Wilson puts in the cross. Oh, that's a delicious finish. Waterford lead in the Cup semi-final. And it is a wondrous, wondrous goal from Longbottom.
That was amazing. As I was just saying a few minutes earlier, he needs to string a few passes together, and these are the kind of moments that we've seen from Tyreke Wilson in the previous matches in this tournament so far, and that was brilliant. You know, that was everything that I had mentioned kind of applied in the one setting, and it really was a lovely finish as well with a nice tidy cross involved.
It took him a while to settle in, Tyreke Wilson, but when he did, boy did he do damage. That was absolutely fantastic. Here's Wright. Right inside to Mandreu, who is well covered. Cummins got across there. Odemeo. He's very confident, Tyreke Wilson, passing the ball around his own box like that while under pressure, Eric. That, I imagine, is not easy to do.
No. You know, you need that kind of reassurance in yourself and the players that you're playing with as well, which he obviously has both. So it's good to see, and it is 1-0 so far. Now, he only got into the game 10 minutes prior to his goal. So if he falls out of the game again in the second half, who knows? Bows could get back in it, but if we see some more magic like that from Tyreke, it could be a very, very one-sided game.
Longbottom moves it on to Michael O'Connor. Michael O'Connor back towards Longbottom. I think that's half-time. Waterford 1-0 up and very much worthy of their lead, Eric.
Yeah, it looks like I think the Bows, when they're going forward, you can see they're playing 4-3-3 attacking. So when Tyreke Wilson has the ball, he seems to be sitting with the ball in and around his left and right back, and the left and right wings are actually too high up the pitch to come back and help defensively. So I think that could be the issue for Danny Grant and Bows at the moment. But if he can hold on to the ball like he has been and implement it more frequently down the wings, we could be seeing a few goals for Bows. So it's a very open game. It is only one goal in it, and I'm looking forward to the second half.
Here's Ward. Back to Kirk. Buckley. Andreu. Buckley. Buckley to Ward. Right turning and twisting. Has plenty of options, but didn't move it until it was far too late there. Danny Grant is a little bit too hesitant so far, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he started off strongly in that aspect, but at the moment, in the last 20 minutes or so, he seems to be taking a back step, and he needs to just kind of be more decisive with his passes, maybe even less direct, because he's just trying things that maybe are too visible to the eye. He needs to be kind of, devising his passes a little bit more.
O'Connor and O'Connor linking up a lot in this game. It's getting quite confusing. Here's Kirk. Finnerty. Mandreu. Buckley. Mandreu. As it stands, Waterford are on their way to the final, where they will play. Well, I won't spoil it for you, just in case you haven't watched Shamrock Rovers against Dundalk yet. If you haven't, it's worth a look. And even if you don't look at that, then it's worth giving some money to Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. That is why we're doing this whole thing. That was a good block from the attempted cross of Wright. Here's McCourt, Fitzgerald, Wilson. Giving away to Buckley. Trying to find Wright, but can't. Kevin O'Connor. Bowen. Kevin O'Connor, formerly of Cork City. Scored a big goal in Europe for them a couple of years ago. Here's Coote. Coote rolling it across. Longbottom. Oh, he should have made it too.
That is baffling to me. It looks like he did nothing wrong there, really. Neither did the player.
Well, he missed, so he obviously did something wrong.
I mean, the player controlling him, the player that shot the ball, yeah, okay, he did put it wide, but Tyreke Wilson controlling the players and pressing beat to shoot, I felt like he did very little to actually miss the shot there, or even get it on target. But it did go wide of the post, but I think a few more chances may come.
Kevin O'Connor looks to press forward. Fitzgerald to Longbottom. Oh, that's another fantastic save. Talbot, well, there's talks of him potentially being involved in the Ireland squad, and he showed right there why. He's capable of doing that in the real world as well. Longbottom this time turns provider, and Kevin O'Connor is the scorer, and Waterford now are surely on their way to the Extratime.ie Esports Cup final.
Well, them crosses are really killing Dan Grant going down them wings. That's like 4 in a row that he actually connected with on the end of. That's amazing, really, because it's not easy, especially in this game, to fulfill crosses and get a goal from them. And he's managed to get 2 out of the 4 crosses so far. So 2-0 going into 25 minutes left. It'll be very difficult to pull this back, but if anybody can, it's Dan Grant.
Wright has it taken up his toe. Connor gives it away back to Wright. Wright slips it inside. Ward tries to square it. Mandreu, 2-1. Game on.
Yeah, very nice goal. He did get a little bit fortunate there with the deflection that just sent it straight back at his foot, but can't really take anything away from him. He done what was necessary and a lovely finish at the end. So that's the 3 goals basically being either crosses or cutbacks. It just shows the lack of diversity in the goals being scored, but they're very nice goals at least anyway.
Mandreu, the Republic of Ireland under-21 international. Here's Buckley looking for the equaliser. Right into the path of Grant as himself. Oh, he should have shot. He tried to find the pass. He was unselfish, but sometimes you do have to do it yourself. Coote, having received from Michael O'Connor. Bowen, Michael O'Connor, McCourt, Fitzgerald. Out it goes to Wilson as himself. Wilson, lovely shuffle. Wilson stands it up. Michael O'Connor, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Wow, it was brilliant again, though. Another cross that has connected with a Waterford player, so that's amazing. That's 5 out of 5 crosses that have met a Waterford player in the box. So he's been unlucky with a few of them. One of them going wide, the other going to the keeper, and that one just going past the crossbar. He really has a formula there for crossing that's working very well. So if he keeps doing it, who knows? This could be a big ended-up score.
Long bottom, short to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald should have given it out the left-hand side. Now he's been dispossessed. His team, well, they don't have the ball, but they do have the territory. Now they have the ball. O'Connor bundled over, free kick Waterford.
Looked like a good tackle to me, but you know, this game kind of it goes its own way sometimes, to be fair.
Gareth McCauley is on. Spent some time at Liverpool, I think. Fitzgerald standing over the free kick. Fitzgerald! Good save, Talbot.
It is hard to master free kicks in this game, but it was actually a very good attempt, especially given the 80th minute in the game as well. That kind of influences the stamina on the player who can take the free kicks and whatnot, so it was a good idea.
Long bottom. Kevin O'Connor continues his run. Has to check himself to stay on side. Michael O'Connor! 3-1 Waterford, and surely that's that.
Yeah, I nearly called that game over myself. That was brilliant play. He's so patient on the ball. It's actually very good to see. I think we could be looking at the potential winner of the whole thing here, to be honest.
Well, for Michael O'Connor, it's a former club no matter who he faces in the semi-finals, because he has played for Shamrock Rovers and Dundalk. As Allardyce comes in for O'Connor, Kevin O'Connor that is. Interesting change, because Kevin was actually playing very well. Well, if Bows are to have any chance, they have to score, and they have to score very soon indeed. Here's Danny Grant. Pulls it back, but to a blue jersey rather than a black and red one. McCourt just holding it up in the middle of the pitch. Waterford just wasting time. Tyreke knows he doesn't have to do anything spectacular, but he finds some space in behind. That was a lovely ball to Fitzgerald. Michael O'Connor waiting again, a back heel, and he was dispossessed. Well, he wasn't dispossessed, he didn't get it in the first place. He has it now, and now he's been dispossessed. Fitzgerald is the target. They find Fitzgerald. Allardyce. Michael O'Connor trying a fancy little flick. Allardyce has it back. Coots! Oh, that is that. And Waterford are through in style.
Yeah, great performance from Tyreke Wilson and Waterford, all in all. The frustration through Dan Grant and Bohemians really coming out in the last 5 minutes through the blasted balls forward and just trying to desperately get a goal. But 4-1 is a huge result in a semi-final. And I can't wait for the final now to see Tyreke Wilson play once again.
He's been really good, especially in the second half. He's taken his chances very well.
Oh, yeah. Brilliantly. And he's very clinical as well in front of goal. So that's a major props to him.
And Waterford are through to the Extratime.ie esports cup final in aid of Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. Good performance from Brian Murphy, the goalkeeper. Good performance all around from Waterford. Here's some of the highlights. Talk me through them, Eric.
So this was the first goal. This was just a blasted cross in the box, and just a first time finish to the front post. It was beautiful, and it really started the game off, and the game kind of continued from there on. Before they were kind of just feeling each other out, but from that moment then it was just kind of hell for leather, both sides going back and forth. But you can see from the stats there that it was 2 shots to 8 in favour of Tyreke Wilson, so and just marginally ahead in possession as well. So it was a great game, and half the chances that Tyreke Wilson had, he did score the same goals for Dan Granted Bohemians. It's just that he didn't have enough chances on goal, which ultimately obviously led to his demise.
Well, the Blues go marching on to the final, where they will play either Shamrock Rovers or Dundalk. Again, I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen that game. Go and check it out. That was a belter. This one, a bit more one-sided, but still some quality shown by the Blues as Waterford reach the final. Eric, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Remember, keep your donations coming in to Cystic Fibrosis Ireland. You can get the full detail on how to donate and where to donate via the Extratime.ie social media channels. For now, goodbye.